All right, welcome back to another day trading recap video. Uh, Yesterday, Thursday, the last day of March, I finished up, let's see, about $80. Yesterday, I finished about $80 trading mostly LGVN. Um, Trading mostly LGVN. Pretty much just trading the breakouts, just similar to the breakout we just had right now, but um, I am kind of staying away from that stock actually right now. Did have a nice pre-market move, and it's still going up. It just made a new high, but we'll see if I trade that anymore. And I also traded CLVS as well. So for yesterday, last day of March, I finished really strong. The best month yet in my career by a long shot. So last month, I guess I finished up about 550. My previous best month was 340. So let's go over these quick trades here on LGVN. Pre-market is where I made most of my monies. So here at 740, LGVN was popping up. And the news yesterday was phase 1 results of Alzheimer's treatment. And I bought the pullback here as I saw volume coming in. So I bought the first pullback. And I kind of just scalped this range a little bit. Nothing was really going parabolic. Then it entered a very tight bull flag against the resistance to the upside. And I was kind of accumulating down here on this candle as it was retesting the high of this previous candle. Pulled back a little bit, add a little more. Then this candle here pulled back a little bit too much for my liking. However, I was able to not sell my position because clearly the bull flag is still intact. So my thesis is still intact. No matter, if I'm still in the position, I have to hold because my thesis could still be correct. And in this case, it was correct. It did run another 5% on, and that was able to get myself over my daily goal on this one trade. But at this point, I was down $20 on I was up on this position was $1,500 position size, which is very, very big. But I was able to, withstand my emotional discomfort to sell early, and I held because my thesis was still intact. There was no reason to sell. So it could have been ugly though if it did fail this level. I mean, that's why I cut my losers short. But in this case, it worked out real nice, and kept scalping this range here. The first pullback after a fresh breakout, pullback to the 9 EMA, I caught, and I scalped that pop. And then at this point, I was up pretty nice. Here, I thought we were going to run to the highs, but it failed the 9 EMA. So I sold. Here, reclaimed the 9 EMA and then ripped it all the way back up to the high. And I was adding. I didn't get as aggressive enough. It just happened too fast. I didn't get that aggressive for this breakout, and I was only holding maybe $200 position size. But I rode it to the top, and made a nice, good, solid percent gain on there. And then here, I kind of just scalped this range here. See LGVN moving up towards 15 now. See, I just don't know how much higher it can go. I mean, the news is kind of weak, and if you look at the daily, it's kind of ugly. Nowhere near close to the all-time highs. But here, yeah, so I tried scalping the range here for a red to green. And, this trade here is a scratch. This trade here was a small loss. And then finally I sized into this trade here, and I was able to take off into the breakout. And then here, this flush here, I was scalping the panic dip buys. Panic dip buys right at the open work very, very nicely. Panic dip buys at the open because there's a lot of extremes right at the open, to the upside, to the downside. So if you're buying into a breakout to the upside, you got to be careful, because a lot of the times, you know, it could turn around and reverse immediately in the same candle at the open. So you got to be very careful. You got to be very confident when you're buying higher at the open. But, you know, if something is flushing, you know, and if it's a solid, you know, low float with a lot of volume, you know, I might jump on that, because most of the time it's just going to be a panic oversold dip buy, which then I can sell as the candle kind of reclaims itself. I mean, in this case, 2% you could have got from the bottoms of these wicks. So that's a solid gain. And if you were to hold for the whole red to green, that's a potential 10% move. So pretty solid. So after the open, I finished it up about $80. So pretty solid. Very happy with my performance yesterday. And I finished the month up really nicely. So I think that warrants me being able to size up a little bit more. So, you know, I was doing 30 share increments, but now, you know, I bumped up to 50. Now I'm going to be trading 50 share increments. So if I see my setup, you know, my starter is going to be 50 shares. You know, I created my thesis. So I'm going to put in a starter, 50 shares. And then as it confirms through breaking key levels with volume increasing, I'm going to be adding increments of 50 as it breaks these resistance levels. So like for this case here, I would be adding 50 share lots instead of 30 share lots. And so that can dramatically increase my profit potential. So super excited, you know, about how April is going to turn out. Hopefully we keep seeing action like we have been seeing in March. I only had 3 red days in March, so I'm very happy with that. I hope it continues. You know, I know I'm going to have another red streak like I had one in February. February is a break-even month, but I know that's going to come back around, so, you know, I just, you know, have to be emotionally ready for that. And can't get too high off all these green days, but I have to enjoy it, you know, and maximize it while I have it. And in April, hopefully, you know, we keep seeing some good action. So here you can see on my month, I am up about 547. So pretty damn solid. Very happy with that. So, oh, and then I also had one trade on CLVS. Can't forget that. CLVS, I put in a starter here at 625 for the break of the pre-market high. Pre-market high was 265. And as it was breaking this level, I started adding 30 share lots into the breakout level, and I sold it off into the extension. And so that's sort of my go-to strategy right now. And it's been paying off real well. So instead of 30 shares, I'm going to be doing 50 shares. So, and you know what? Maybe soon I will be able to do 75 shares or 100 shares lots. We'll just see how far I can take it. So hope you guys are in for a nice ride. I'm starting to, you know, get the hang of this. So hopefully my green days get bigger and bigger over the course of time. And if you guys got any value out of this, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next day trading recap. Peace.